Box goes away. And there it goes. Jeez, that took forever. And somebody's got their YouTube volume running. And somebody's got the YouTube volume running.
Not me.
And somebody's got the YouTube.
I think it was me, sorry.
Well, after all the problems we've been having, it's fine. So here we go. Finally going to get up and get
Live from the Tony Wallow Studios. It's the Ken Stout Live Show, featuring the Zoom homies. Produced by L&K Productions.
You guys still discussing technical stuff, you and Long Dog?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, he's like me. We both tend to be kind of wordy, given the opportunity.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, Alex.
Hey, it's nice to see you Jeff in here right when Ken starts for once.
Well, I took the kids to ball practice and their dad showed up, so I was able to leave early.
Well, I guess I haven't heard it.
No, I
Haven't heard
saw a
anything today.
discussion about that. I don't think they're going to ghost you. I just think it's taking a little longer than.
Yeah, but that was earlier this morning, and something may have changed. Well, things didn't change.
If I were you, I would wait at least 10 days from the interview to inquire and make it short and sweet. Don't offer any more information about like you're still interviewing or whatever. Just say, we're just wondering if you folks had reached a decision on that position I interviewed for. And just kind of let it go at that. Because given everything we've heard about them, I believe that they're probably ethical people. And if they said they were going to get back to you, I believe that they will. Can't guarantee when, but I don't. I think I may have mentioned when I interviewed for my first job, one of the places I interviewed was Los Alamos National Laboratory. And I didn't hear from them for 18 months. I finally got an answer saying, I'm sorry, we don't have any position for you, after I'd been working 6 months at the first job I actually took. So it can be kind of weird out there.
Yeah, but because I still have a time frame that hasn't passed yet, I'm waiting. I'm probably gonna give them at least a week and a half, like you said. I'm gonna wait, and
you might be surprised just about when you're ready to ask them, they may send something. Don't know what the answer will be, but I believe they will get back to you.
but I believe that since I have not been rejected yet, I've not gotten any formal communication in email or phone call saying that I've been rejected.
Well,
Already,
I don't think they, my belief is that they, as of yesterday at least, they had not made a decision. Doesn't mean you're going to get it, doesn't mean you're not going to get it. I'm not even sure you know how many interviews they actually did. You know of at least 2. Perhaps there were more.
I know that
nobody's noticed my head. Nobody's noticed what I put on my name.
Did you buy a skull cap?
No, I shaved my head again. I put Mr. Clean.
How many razor cuts did you get shaving your head?
None.
If I did it, there'd be a potload.
No, I just use clippers. I use like really, really low electric clippers that go.
Oh, hell, you ought to try a straight
Oh,
razor.
oh, no. Alex, I sent you a message last night on Facebook, and I wanted you to message me back, but you didn't.
Yeah, Alex, you didn't.
What was it?
About our
Sean.
best friend playing Fortnite on what the.
I
apparently
didn't want to.
good
I
internet.
didn't want to. I don't want to respond to that.
I know.
I'll
Ted
tell.
told me you weren't going to.
I'll tell you this. I was surprised to see what I saw. So surprised, in fact, that I took a screenshot, and I'm glad I did because now, according to Ken, the video has been privated or removed.
Yeah.
That's what
Did
I
you
was
see
told.
Did you see? That looked like his staff.
Mhm.
That's like the first time he had his staff in the background. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know
Oh,
what
hey,
happened.
so Alex, so he was like, the guy on the bed was like, do you know a Sean Gallagher? And he's like, oh yeah, I know a Sean Gallagher. I'm gonna make him a moderator tomorrow. Josh, he said, I'm gonna make him a moderator tomorrow. And I just looked just now, I am not a moderator, liar.
He took it away then because you were a moderator last night. He
No,
did.
I wasn't. I messaged him.
No, you were a moderator. You were. Yeah. Anyway, let me explain what I think happened on the tonight stream. Somehow, OBS picked up that there was a premiere schedule that actually did run at 12:30, but it was still in the OBS queue, and it kept starting that over and over. Once I deleted it out of the OBS queue, then I was able to start this stream. That's why there was temporarily 2 daily DaVinci debacles that showed up. So I probably be a while before I do another premiere. Oh wait, Monday. There'll be a premiere on Monday. So we'll see how that goes.
Jeff, I'm still keeping my ears open for tomorrow, though. Because tomorrow is
That's
the,
not unreasonable. Just depends how many candidates they had and how hard they're finding it to decide on somebody.
After the stream, I need to share my screen. So, Greg, you're gonna have to get to my ibuprofen or Tylenol. But I have this email that I got that I want to show. I don't want to share it across the whole nation, so I care to share it after the stream.
Yeah, I had to look at one of the emails my mom got today on her account from her seat cleaner account she doesn't have. They were going to renew it at $300 and some odd dollars.
No.
Yeah.
CC
Oh no.
cleaner
I don't
does not
think so.
cost that much.
Well, A, it doesn't cost that much. B, she doesn't have it on her computer, even the free version. So I said it's a scam, spam, whatever you want to call it. Just I'll delete it. You'll be good. So at least she thought this time
yeah.
before
I've
she
been
acted.
getting a ton of spam voicemails on my phone recently that won't ring. The phone detects them as spam, so they don't ring, but they still come in as voicemail. And what's weird is the phone says you got a voicemail from so and so number, but I know it's spam because there's not even a message there. It's just like 4 or 5 seconds of nothing.
Well, I've been getting that through my text messaging program. But I have a 408 number, which is a California number. And
Yeah, I got one of them the other day too. I blocked it.
Yeah,
Probably got a call from Sean.
No, I get a lot of people calling me from like odd numbers, and they just don't leave a message. Like if you call my texting number, you can leave a message, and then it will just pop up, and I can hit play, but I have to download the message, and then I can play it off a VLC player. But they don't even leave a message; they just call, and then
I'm getting a potload of messages that are political advertisements and or surveys about what I want to do politically. And there's a ton of them that think I'm somebody named Helen. So don't know where that came from.
95% of my call history in my phone is spam messages.
So with my phone, I have stand-up wireless, but it's actually T-Mobile. It says T-Mobile. I don't know if it's stand-up wireless.
It's because
T-Mobile,
it's because those providers or they piggyback off of the main provider's towers. All those little bitty providers that total wireless, stand-up wireless, track phone, they all piggyback off of the main three. AT&T, AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon.
Yeah, I can play like games and take surveys and earn Amazon cards and any like points towards more service, but I get free service anyway, so I don't get why they
because otherwise, if they didn't do it like that, if they didn't piggyback off of AT&T's or Verizon's or T-Mobile's towers, they would all have to have their own separate equipment and their own separate towers.
I got another offer to get YouTube TV free for a while. I'm going to decline that again.
So we've been having these people come into our door because asking them, saying, vote for me for school board because we got school board elections going on, and it's been absolutely crazy because we get people coming up to the door. I know
bet your dogs go crazy.
I know there's a door. I know they go crazy anyway, but I know there's a doorbell out there. And so what do people do? They think, oh, I'm gonna press the button. Little do they know when they press the doorbell button, the dogs go about 10 times more crazy than they would had they not pressed the doorbell button. So I think I need a sign outside that says, please do not press doorbell. Please do not knock. Please do not knock. We've got loud barking dogs that I don't want that scream. Please call whatever number and explain that you're out there, and we will let you in. But that's too big. That's too long of a message.
Alex, it says under SIM status. It says under SIM status. It says T-Mobile. So I guess the SIM.
That means another way you can find out what your provider is, if you download the speedtest.net app on your phone, it'll tell you what your provider is, as long as you're not connected to Wi-Fi, as long as you're connected to mobile data. It'll tell you what your if you run a speed test. Mine, when I run a speed test, it tells me I'm using an AT&T server if I'm on mobile data, because even though I'm using track phone, I'm using AT&T because it's the best service around here. I get 4 to 5 bars right here where I'm sitting at, and at night, 10, 11, after 10 o'clock at night, I get anywhere from probably 50 to 100 megs download on my mobile data. And during the daytime, I'm lucky if I get like 20, because there's so many people on that same tower I'm on. But that's the only time I use data anyways, when I'm out in the car, out and about. Unless I don't have somebody's Wi-Fi code.
So, no, it did not bode well. For some reason, OBS wanted to start the doggone premiere that already played this afternoon, and it wouldn't not go away until I deleted the premiere. I have no idea what that was about, Jim.
Well, that makes 2 of us.
I shut OBS off 3 times too. Completely shut it down. And the only way it went away is I deleted it in YouTube Studio, and then it worked just fine. So,
son of a.
That's the first time that's ever happened.
So,
and I kind of
think, Alex, I'm going to throw this bridge out the window or down the street.
You know, I've been telling you to do that for at least 2 or 3 or 4 months now. So
I'm looking at my download speeds on this phone, and it says I'm getting 174 down. and then 26 up. So that is definitely my
Yes, that's because your phone can talk directly to their router with its probably 5G capable, 5 gigahertz capable antenna, and your bridge thing, piece of crap you're using, can't.
problem.
I may not be the photography professional, Sean, but I'm pretty good when it comes to networking.
Yeah, it says T-Mobile. So I disconnected the Wi-Fi. It is T-Mobile service.
Hey,
There's your
Rick, how
proof.
much snow did you get today?
Nothing to accumulate. We just had flurries off and on all day.
Hey, Rick, can you
Too early
throw
for
some-
snow.
Yeah.
Rick, can you throw some of that colder weather here? It's still like 80 to 100 degrees here. We were
Yeah, that's what Carrier was saying. He was complaining about that, saying it was 90-some degrees, and like,
Doesn't Carrie ever go outside at night, late at night at Arizona? It's supposed to
he
be like
does. That's when
really
he
cold.
does. That's when he does his. Sometimes when he has to get stuff done, he'll wait till at night because at least it's a little cooler.
Yeah, it was 45 degrees this morning when we teed off at 9:30.
Bragging.
It was chilly.
That would be uncomfortable for me.
Actually, the only part of me that got cold, which is very odd, were my hands. My legs were fine. I had on short pants, and my eggs were fine. My hands, they were frozen, but about the third hole, I was fine. I didn't even notice it.
Did you say your eggs or did you say your legs?
My legs were not cold. My eggs were not cold either, if you want to go there, but we really don't need to go there. My
It sounded
hands
like you
were
said
cold.
eggs, not legs.
Alex, I don't know how good you're gonna
I'm
do
not
this
even
with
taking the
the
vote.
screen.
I'll handle this one by myself.
You see that, Alex?
No, he's in the
Oh.
waiting room. He can't see anything right now.
Oh. He's gonna come back laughing.
Oh, of course he will.
I wonder what it will take to piss that guy off. We all need to talk right now that he's out of the.
He's
that in the waiting
watching
room.
the stream. It takes about 7 days of not letting him know he got the job. That's what it takes.
Haven't even been on the Zoom 10. Haven't even been on the stream a good 30 minutes yet, and he'd already put me in the.
Yeah, it doesn't take much, Alex, nowadays, does it?
Alex, look at my screen. Do you see that?
Was that a 0
and-
or is that
It's
8?
0.20 down and 0.5, 0.05 up. If I'm just on my network,
Damn.
Mobile data or Wi-Fi?
that's just the cell phone data. It's sad. Because, I wanted to use this phone maybe to, do IRL streams. But I don't know.
IRL, in real life.
Yeah. I
That's-
wonder how they do those. I wonder if there's if they have like a modem that they carry with them, like a hotspot or something. Or
No, they have a modem with a very long cable connected to their home internet.
Jim's like, yeah. Jim's like, no way.
So, Jeff, you asked me to improve my score by 4 shots, right?
Yeah, sounds like you did pretty well today, actually. You've been playing more often. I think that is doing something to help with your scores.
I didn't play it all last week, but I played with my new clubs today. On the front 9, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 pars, and I shot a 38, so I actually improved that 2 over the last time I played that course 2 weeks ago. On the back 9, I shot a 36, and I actually improved it by 8. So I improved I improved M1 by 10 strokes. On the back 9, I
right,
shot.
Hey,
Yeah, believe me, it was in the back of my head the whole time. I was
I'll
like,
send you a trophy.
yeah, no. I- Actually,
Well, that's all right. I guess Lorna's already got her trophy husband, right?
no. So the
Is that on
6th,
your cell phone data?
Yes.
Oh, sheesh, you got good.
And that's not even depending on the time of night, I've seen it go up to over 100 before.
Yeah, if we keep talking about this, Kim's gonna put us in the waiting room so we can discuss this more.
you can't talk to one another in the waiting room. Here, I'll demonstrate that. Let me show you.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Now, it would be a damn shame if I forgot to bring Sean back. Anyway, on the front 9, I opened with the 5. That was not well. But then the 2nd and 3rd hole were both pars. That was good. The 4th and 5th was 1 over, so I'm okay. I'm still even, believe it or not. Then we get to my favorite hole that's got the damn lake in it. And I shot a 6. And I really thought Sean left. He actually left.
Peaceful now.
Hey guys.
Hey, Wintermute. Oh, Sean actually left the waiting room. Oh, I'm heartbroken. He'll be back.
No.
It was his suggestion. He said, put me and Alex in the waiting room so we could talk. I was just obliging him. So, yeah, I used the rangefinder on every hole except for 2. And those 2 holes were probably 60 yards at best. I mean, I felt like I could just reach out and touch the hole.
Hey, he's back.
Yeah. What happened? You left.
I know I did that on purpose. I wanted to see what you were gonna say on stream, so
I said
when I
Sean left.
Yeah, so I left and I turned the
Did you hear
stream
him
back
say
on.
good
You
riddance?
guys were talking crap about me leaving. So.
I guess we're gonna have to start calling. I guess I'm gonna have to start calling Ken Richard. Or Rick.
Oh man, Alex, you're really out.
For it again.
Goodbye,
Alex,
Alex.
you
It's been nice seeing you.
Next time, kid, I think next time it should be
The
a
bouncer is
half
gonna bounce you again, kid.
Well, everybody, I got in a fight with the lawnmower, and obviously the lawnmower won.
I think it's I fought
What
the
did you
sheriff.
cut
Or I
off?
shot the sheriff or something. Or I fought the
No.
law.
I fought the law and the law won.
Mm-hmm. So I made one mistake today playing golf. On
That was the Bobby Fuller band.
What, going to the course?
No. On the 17th hole, my brother was constantly the last 4 or 5 holes hitting it left. So I noticed when he lined up, if he hit the ball, it was going to go left. There was no doubt. So I said, he hit it and it went left. He's like, doggone it. I'm like, okay, I want you to hit another ball. Line up, but don't hit it. So he lines up, and he's got his club, and I don't have the other clubs in here, but they're at an angle like this. So when the ball hits right here, it has to go left, because as the club's coming across, the club head's facing left. So it's going to go left. Has no choice. So once he got set up, I said, now take your club head and rotate it. Just open it up to where it's square. Right? He did. I said, now hit the same shot. He put it within 1.5 feet of the hole. I said, I'm never giving you another lesson again.
Which brings up a golf question.
Fire
Which
away.
is a slice and which is a hook? And I assume it depends if you're right or left-handed too.
No, it's actually this. It's the same thing. I believe a slice is when it comes from the left to the right, and a hook is when it comes from the right to the left.
Facing the pin.
I honestly don't know. Yes, facing the
Okay.
pin.
All right.
My natural
Well, no,
tee shot
Golf channel.
will go left, and then it comes all the way back over, in some cases, 2 fairways, as it did today. And I got to work on that, because I have no clue what I'm doing wrong. What do I think? Long Dog asking in chat,
Ooh.
what do I think about custom clubs? That's kind of big industry here in the Desert Empire. If you're going to play 4 or 5 days a week and for money, custom clubs are the way to go. It's a long, lengthy process and it's very expensive. If you're going to play like I play, maybe once a week, twice a month, maybe, it's a waste of money. It costs thousands and thousands of dollars to get a set of custom clubs made, and it's just not worth it. Now, 15, 16 years ago, if I was going to take up the game of golf, I probably would have gotten custom clubs made. But just for the weekend warrior type deal like I'm doing, no, custom clubs would be a waste of money. These clubs I got, which by the way, they're not Eileen, they're Alien. They're good clubs. I really do like them. And the rangefinder, oh man, there's no guessing. You put it up to your eye, you shoot the flag, it says 173.7 yards. Okay, that gives you an idea of what type of club you should use. And I was only off choosing the club one time, and it went long. So it's fun.
I just realized my virtual background stayed. So
Yeah.
I did update Zoom today, but not until after. But I had already closed out last night's session, so I don't know what, if anything, that had to do with it.
No idea.
And I'm never logged in to my Zoom account when I use this. I just click your link that you gave us.
Right. And my little brother said on the 14th hole, he says, we got to get Lorna out here to record this first. I said, I'm working on it, believe me. Because I would really like to do some more golfing videos and premieres. I want to get back to that. And somebody
she played any since you moved to Indianapolis?
Pardon?
Has Lorna played any since you moved to Indiana?
No, she has not. We're looking at Greg's screen. I'm not sure why he's showing us the stream.
And we're going infinite for some reason.
Look down at the taskbar, and when I hover over this icon, it says not signed in.
Oh yeah.
We're going infinite because Greg is showing his YouTube on his share screen.
I see. He was pointing out that he's not signed in. Are they still making golf club that had like ball bearings in the club to initiate more kinetic energy? Your guess is as good as mine. That's the first I've ever heard of it. Had like ball bearings in the club.
Does it rattle when you shake it?
Well, I'm trying to think of what, I mean, other than the weight of the.
I mean, I'm not trying to be a smart ass. I mean, otherwise, one could have them in the club and have them so tight they wouldn't rattle, obviously. I mean, just to have a particular amount of weight in the club head or something.
Yeah. Huh. I don't know.
That brings up what you said, Ken, about wanting to record your golf session. That brings up something that you just made me think of something. I wonder if I would ever, if I got like a GoPro or something, as long as I'm not recording like confidential information, if I would ever be able to like record like the technical setup of or like the equipment of whatever job I get hired at, if it's on site.
You want the short answer or the long answer? They're both about the same.
About the same.
They're 2 letters long on both of them.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, Alex, I'm going to give you another piece of advice here about the job. On the assumption that you get the job, do not go in and offer to change everything around for at least 6 months. Because nobody will believe that you can understand how their system works unless you've been there a while. You may or may not absorb everything more quickly than that, but that's a good round number for convincing somebody that you actually have absorbed everything about how their stuff works. And even if you think there's a better way to do it, bite your tongue for about 6 months.
Unless they say, Alex, we'll let you pretty much do whatever.
Well, they're not going to let you say the first week or two. That won't happen for a minimum of 3 months. And I would bet you a month's pay on that.
About your question, I mean, it's just not a good idea to post a public video about private stuff
No,
that you don't even know.
Too.
That's just
General advice about going to any job.
yeah. No.
Has nothing to do with the particular company you interviewed with. Oh. Why do I feel like there's a cat staring at me tonight?
Well, I honestly didn't think about that. I just thought it would be a good way to get content, since I would at some point hope to be the one managing it like I did at college.
That certainly could end up to be true. But nobody can come in and know how their stuff has been working in a week or two, whatever you may think. You need to understand not only the technical details of how their computer stuff is done, but you need to see how you fit into the culture of the company. Because all of that and the politics of the company, and every company has politics.
Learn it, then improve it.
So you need to be kind of in the groove with the company before you propose doing a bunch of changes. And that's true, whatever kind of job, whatever company you work for. It has nothing to do with specifics. Anyway, I've had my say, so I will shut the hell up now and mute myself.
Well, that kind of killed the room. Nobody got anything to say now, or
Jim's good in the Fortnite.
You what, Wintermute?
Jim is into Fortnite now. What's up with that?
Jim? Oh, Jim did download. Are you playing it now, Jim?
I'm screwing around with it. That's all.
Oh, I see a competition.
Well,
coming up.
here, I thought we were going to get a tutorial in World of Warships.
No. No.
That actually sounds kind of interesting. That might be something I actually might try.
World of Warships is, you don't want to see what that tries. You can't play it on the 2200G. Fortnite, believe it or not, as much as people seem to be so obsessed with this game, runs on almost anything.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'll take your word for that.
So I got to give a shout out to my little brother and Alex at the same time, because he kind of cracked me up today. We were waiting on the guys in front of us that were actually horrible, and the guy was trying to teach the guy that was even horrible than he was, which made no sense. And he goes, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. I've been doing a lot of research. He goes, I just don't get how those pros can hit a pitching wedge 145, 165 yards. I said, well, A, they're 40 years younger than we are. B, they know how to trap the ball. We don't. And C, if you ever were to watch a pro hit the golf ball, believe it or not, their club doesn't hit the ground until it's about 1 inch to 3 inches in front of the ball. That's when it hits the ground. And that's how bad they trap it. That's how they get the spin on it. I said, and back in the day, I could hit a pitching wedge about 150 when I first started playing. Now, if I hit a pitching wedge 100 yards, I'm happy.
So when you swing at the ball, it contacts the ball and it's still going down at that point.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. To put spin on it, and this is hard to demonstrate, but if this is the ball right here, you guys can't see that. Yeah, I'm fine. Golf ball's flying everywhere.
Ding dong. Whoa.
Hello, who's it?
Okay, jalapeno on a stick. How are you doing tonight? Hold your string. He ain't talking.
Well, he's got to get all the fancy effects set up. He's not like me, just real clean and simple. Of course, half the time I try to do something, it don't work anyway. Because I'm not a professional with 15 years experience, but I will be one of these days. Not sure what I'm going to be a professional in 15 years, but I'll get there. So, golf ball. Make this easier. Golf ball. Club. What I was saying earlier, my brother was like this. He was hitting it left. So if I open up the club, hit the ball in the same spot, the ball is going to go straight. They teach you, if you want to put spin on a ball, don't hit the ball right here. You actually want to hit it so that when you hit it, you're hitting it like right here. And the spin comes because of the way that it climbs up this face. I can't do it. If I put spin on the ball, I did something wrong.
Now, when you say putting spin on it, are you giving it forward spin or backward spin?
If you're real good, you can do forward, backward, and side spin. My shot has a lot of side spin. It's just natural. I don't know how to do it. Nor do I want to learn how to do it.
So depending on how you think the green may slope or wherever you're going to hit may slope, you might want forward or backward spin on it, depending.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure I couldn't do that shit in my old age.
I
Probably couldn't have done it when I was young.
I've done it a couple times, but it was strictly by accident. Because if I get up there and I think, oh, I'm going to hit in front of the ball, the ball will go 2 feet. That's about it. What I come to the conclusion the last couple of times, and especially today, I've got a pretty decent routine now. I take 2 practice swings. I walk up to the ball. As I'm taking the club back, I count to 2. 1 second, 2, and then I just release it. Works real good. What? Damn, Jim's already better than Joshy.
No. I already got killed.
Hey, Sean, your text isn't coming through.
Oh. Yeah, I know.
But I'm going to play once a week. I don't know for how much longer. I mean, we are into the middle of October.
Where are you at this time?
Oh, he's at a casino. You got headphones on?
Yep, I do.
Is that a virtual background or a real background?
Well, I'm going to give you guys some time to think about that.
Well, that's a pretty good trick. You just spoke and your lips did not move.
Yeah, you're out of sync badly.
Bad, real bad, yeah.
Let me do this. Yeah.
Maybe he's going into politics. When his lips move, we know he's lying.
Every time RM's cat moves, he moves the camera to the cat.
It looks like he's asleep.
Yeah, he was asleep, but he was moving just a minute ago. He moved a little bit.
So your one guy in the background, Ken, has got a pumpkin for a head, right?
I'm not sure what that is, actually. I think it's a pumpkin.
Okay, well, I've gotten over my pumpkin phobia.
No, it's a skull, actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's a pumpkin
It
skull.
looks orange colored
Pumpkin
from,
head.
Yeah.
I'm only seeing the bottom half of it.
Yeah.
You know what that reminds me of? Did you ever watch the Lord of the Rings movie?
Nope.
No.
It never appealed
I
to
did
me.
and found it kind of boring.
Okay, there were characters called
Goals.
Ents, E-N-T-S, and they were almost tree-like. And the legs on that character remind me of the Ent characters in the second movie, A Lord of the Rings.
Mhm.
Right. The book was better.
I've not watched probably 10 minutes of the entire series.
Okay.
Couldn't tell you who's in,
He's
couldn't tell you
tired.
what it's about.
Well, I don't remember some of it
But the
now.
series is talking about the movies.
I must have read the book
A decade ago.
6 or 7 times over my lifetime.
I think about the only movie I can tell you about is My Name's Forrest Gump. I can tell you about that. I've seen it 1 or 2 times. That and Full Metal Jacket, I've seen it a couple times.
Don't think I've ever watched it all the way through. I've just seen parts of it.
Full Metal Jacket?
Yeah.
Oh, all those in favor?
I
I remember the first time I ran across that movie. And it's been at least a decade or 2 now, I think. When I first ran across that movie, I caught it right during the scene where the sergeant is like just cursing at every one of them, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
How tall are you? 5'11". I know they could stack that high.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple times all the way through as well. It's a pretty good movie.
I don't think I've ever caught it on the TV. I mean, on cable or whatever.
Well, let's put it this way.
I see the unedited version.
Yeah, you need to see it unedited. You
Yes.
absolutely need to see it unedited.
Yeah.
If no other scene than the scene in the barracks.
Which
I've
one?
seen,
With the beds or the latrine?
No, the beds. Well, the beds and the latrine.
I think I've seen the part with the beds, some excerpts of that.
Oh my God. First time I ran across, I'm like, what the hell? I mean, it's just a freaking long scene full of all kinds of profanity. I'm like, whoa, okay.
Well, back during the Vietnam era when I was in the Army, and I'm sure the Marines were at least as bad, none of the services would have functioned without a liberal amount of profanity in those days.
Oh, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all.
I have one more question for everybody on here. So in your experience, do jobs do background checks pre-interview or post-interview pre-offer?
Post-interview after an initial offer, and the offer is contingent on passing the background check.
Yeah, that's usually the way it works.
And depending on the type of job, I mean, last time I had one of those, essentially it was
What's wrong with this thing?
drug test, and I don't know how much of a background check. I was coming from another job where I'd had an extensive background check, so I don't know if they redid any of that or not, to be honest with you.
I personally have never had to have a background check done, but I've never had a reason.
But sometimes you may have a background check and you don't even know they're doing one.
That was part of my thinking for taking them so long to get back with me as a thing. Maybe doing
No, they're not going to spend the money to do a background check unless they're serious about you.
Right.
For example, I held what's called a Q level security clearance for 20 years. That's a DOE level. It's kind of someplace in between secret and top secret in the military world. And you got to renew those every 5 years. And every time you renew, it's like at least $10,000 worth of time from the investigators. So they don't do those sort of things lightly. And the last time I was scheduled to have one, they just dropped my clearance instead of redoing it because I wasn't actually working on anything classified, and it would have been a waste of money to renew it. You know?
Well, Ken was telling me too that it's possible that because this last week was a Columbus Day crappy holiday.
You're trying to read too much into this. They may just have enough candidates, and how it's going to go, they're going to. Everybody who interviewed candidates is going to get together and talk about it. And that's probably when they'll decide who they're going to offer it to. But after they talk about it, then they're going to formalize it, and everybody's going to hand into HR their opinions of what the ranking order is and why they ranked it that way. Because all this is going to be documented, just in case somebody gets a wild hair and files a lawsuit.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunately the bureaucracy rules in this sort of thing, and it's just going to take some time.
So you said you had a top secret clearance,
Not
Jeff?
top secrets. It's someplace in between secret and top secret in the military thing. I had a confidential in the Army.
Yeah.
And in the DOE world, which is where I work, there's 2 levels called an L and a Q. L is, I don't know, I would classify it someplace between a confidential and a secret in the military. And Q is someplace between a secret and a top secret, although that may not be exactly right.
Yeah. I had
And
the
with
animal
Q
house.
clearance, there are 13 different levels of what are called Sigma levels. And they give you access to different kinds of things. I had a Sigma 3 at one point in time when I was working on some stuff for the radiation exposures of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki survivors. And had I needed it, that would have allowed me access to the energy distribution of the radiation from the Hiroshima and Nagasaki weapons. I didn't need that, so I never looked at it. So, and there were other Sigma levels. I worked with a fella who worked on all different kinds of things associated with the bombs that were actually dropped, and he had all 13 Sigma levels at one time, which was apparently was unusual. And I have no idea what the other ones were actually associated with, nor do I want to know. The less you know and that sort of thing, the better off you are in case somebody actually spills the beans someplace. You do not want to have had access to something that you had no need to know about.
BH Ringer put a link in chat for pumpkin races. Not what I was expecting. That's different. That is different. Jose, did you get your technical difficulties worked out?
Yes, I did.
Once again, he's got that. He's a ventriloquist now, everybody. How many years of ventriloquism do you have?
0.
He damned.
Do you have a puppet you could use to show us this? No.
No, I don't.
No. Let's see. Saturday, I'm taking Mom around. She wants to do some shopping. Oh, and Mom said today, she goes, "You think you could take me to the driving range one day next week?" I'm like, "Sure, Mom. I'll take you to the driving range." She can barely walk sometimes, and she wants to go, which is good. I'll take her. She wants to go. Gonna have at least 2 other people there to catch her when she falls. She goes, "Well, if I can hit him on the driving range, I think I can play the golf course." And I'm like, no. But it's good she at least has these thoughts. It really is. I wonder what kind of a background check they would run on you, Alex, because, I mean, you've not done anything ever other than go to college, right? Did Alex leave? Oh, there he is. Alex, why are you sideways?
Did you submit references?
You're on your phone?
That's weird.
Yes.
It's
I'm on my
possible.
phone. And when reviewed, it did ask for references on the job description, but I have a anchoring that they use some kind of Indeed form letter thing to fill in the rest of their specific details and then didn't remove that because a lot of times Indeed will give you a space to put in reference information, and it didn't do that on this particular application.
Weird.
So there was no additional space to put like attach an additional Word document or whatever. And on top of that, when I actually went, and on top of that, it took them a month to reach out to me to give me the interview that I had this past Friday, a week ago, tomorrow. So I had forgotten if I had sent in interviews, and had forgotten if I've sent in references, and I looked, and apparently I did not. But they did not ask for them in the interview. But I would hope and pray that they don't hire me. They don't not hire me just because I didn't send in references, because I'd be more than happy to provide them references.
I don't think they would have given you the interview, actually. Sorry, Wintermute, go ahead.
They can always follow up and ask for them if they want them. It sounds like they don't want them.
Right, but do you think they would have given him the interview if he'd left references off?
Because it did say specifically on the job description that references are needed to apply. And it says specifically that you need 3 references with name, address, and phone number. And no, I don't think they would have given me the interview without the if they really needed the references.
All right, just wondered. Anybody in the market for a fifth wheel camper? I know we're one sitting for $29,950.
No.
What now?
Think I'll pass?
Yeah, I want it out of my mom's driveway.
Is it hers?
No, it's my sister's.
Yeah.
Can't miss it. It's a big Trojan horse. Come up the street and I'm like, oh no. Hopefully it sells quickly.
And it's getting about time for you to end the stream.
I know. I'm coming up on it. Well, I don't know. I got to figure out how, since I had like 3 debacle things show up. Got to factor that in. But you're right. It's coming up on an hour. We're at 12 or 11:56 right now is what it looks like. 57, depending on what clock I look at. Let me go see. You know what? Let me try this.
Full Metal Jacket is free to watch on YouTube right now. They rotate through different movies being freely available.
I wonder if
Isn't
that's
that,
unedited or not, though.
Have no idea.
I have one of my ringtones for my my ringtone for my college instructor is set to something like that for a ringtone for like Jim's favorite saying, but it's not that same one. But I don't know what movie it.
One of the first clips they have available up here when you search for it is
your major malfunction, numbnuts?
Scene.
Yeah, it's intense.
Well, apparently, I don't have the buttons correctly coordinated.
Just went black.
Yeah, I know. That's what I just said. I don't have the buttons coordinated properly.
Oh.
Because the button that was supposed to be running this actually brought up a black screen. So I guess I'll have to redo that again. What happened to the good old days? You had a mouse, you hovered it over something, you clicked on it, and it worked. Now, no, we have stream decks where you push the button, then a button, then a button. Oh, my goodness.
Well, I'm looking around. I don't see my stream deck anyplace.
So the end credits are running.
Oh, we need to revise those a
Oh,
little bit.
speaking of dancing, Jeff, you owed me a video, I believe. Did you not
No,
mention?
the one I found is black and white, and it has a lot of words flashing through it. Although it's a little more risque. It's still safe for work, but it was older. It turned out not to be that good.
Oh, okay. Well,
Black and white from way back in the day. I guess it would have been considered really risque back when it was made, probably late 40s or whatever.
probably. All right, real quick shout out to Greg, Guy, Tony Walla, Wintermute, Long Dog, BH Ringer. Mike Perrodin was there briefly, said he's not feeling too good. He'll be here Friday, I believe is what he said. Robert Michael was there. Kenny Witten was there. I do believe I saw him sneak in. I don't think I've left anybody out. Jim was there, and it could have went a lot worse than it did if I, didn't have those cat-like reflexes and be able to think on my feet and figure this out. And before it gets too awfully deep in here, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow for a wrap-up of Daily Da Vinci.
No, RM's cat doesn't look like he has too quick a reflexes.
Good night, everybody on the YouTube world.